Once upon a time, the whole world flooded with water. All living things were killed except for one boy and his sister. His name was Jonah and her name was Gumi. They took refuge in a large wooden funeral drum. The flood had risen so high that it had reached the sky. The drum bumped against the land of the sky and made the sound, dong, dong, dong. Sky people heard the sound and said, "Why is the earth making so much noise? What could be happening?" Some sky people flew down to see what was happening, and they saw that the water had already covered the earth and reached the sky. The sky people said, "Let us use copper and iron spears to puncture holes in the earth so that the water can flow away." So the sky people poked holes into the earth and the water finally flowed away. The big drum came back to the surface of the earth. The brother and the sister heard the noise when the drum came back, and they knew they had reached the land. They broke open the drum and climbed out. "Are all the people dead?" the girl asked. "Yes," said the brother. "Are all the animals dead too?" "Yes, there's only you and me," said the brother. Then the brother said, "Marry me. We can have a baby. We can make more people." The sister replied, "I cannot marry you. You are my brother." After many days of the brother asking her to marry him, she finally said, "If you want to marry me, we must bring a stone and climb up on the mountain. When we get to the top, you will roll yours down one side, I will roll mine down the other side. The next morning, if both stones go back up to the mountain and are next to each other, then I will agree to marry you. But if the stones do not go back up to the mountain, you will stop asking me to marry you." The next day, each carried one stone up to the top of the mountain. The sister rolled hers down one side, and the brother rolled his down the other side. Jonah wanted to marry his sister very much, so he waited until Gumi was sleeping and went back to the mountain. He carried both stones and put it back on top of the mountain. The next day, he took his sister to look at the mountain top. They both saw that the stones were next to each other, so she finally agreed to marry him. The sister and the brother married and lived together as husband and wife. After a long while, they had a baby. This baby did not look like an ordinary baby. The baby was like a big soft egg. It had no eyes, no legs, and no arms. "What kind of baby is this?" they said to each other. "Maybe it's a baby seed. Let's cut it into little pieces." So they cut up the pieces and scattered and planted the pieces in all directions. 2 pieces fell into the Nkauj goat house and became the Li clan. 2 pieces fell into the Nkauj pig pen and became the Mo clan. 2 pieces fell into the Va garden and became the Vang and the Yang clans. And like so, the Tao, Zhang, Vu, Ku, Hang, and more clans came to an existence. In the morning, the brother and the sister woke up to a great surprise. Here on this beautiful mountain lived a beautiful Hmong village with all imaginable clans. Finally, no longer lonely, the brother and sister lived happily ever after with their new family and friends.